Ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth while others struggle to make ends meet? It's not about luck or even hard work alone. The secret lies in understanding and leveraging the right assets. Today, we're diving into the assets that are making people rich, and trust me, some of these might surprise you. Imagine waking up one day to find your bank account has grown while you slept. Picture owning a piece of property that not only provides a roof over someone's head, but also fills your pockets with passive income. What if your ideas could generate money long after you've moved on to your next big project? These aren't pipe dreams. They're real possibilities for those who know how to play the game of wealth creation. From tangible assets you can touch to intangible ones that exist in the digital realm, we're about to embark on a journey that could change the way you think about money forever. But here's the million-dollar question. If you could master just one wealth-building asset, which would you choose? The steady security of cold, hard cash, the potential of a well-crafted brand, or perhaps the infinite scalability of digital content? Get ready to challenge your assumptions, expand your financial horizons, and discover the tools that could propel you into a whole new tax bracket. Whether you're a student dreaming of financial freedom, an entrepreneur looking to diversify, or someone simply tired of living paycheck to paycheck, this video is your roadmap to understanding the assets that are making people rich in today's world. Buckle up, because we're about to reveal the secrets that the wealthy don't want you to know. Are you ready to transform your financial future? Let's dive in. 1. Intellectual property and royalties. Imagine creating something once and getting paid for it over and over again. That's the magic of intellectual property and royalties, a potent combination that's been making people rich for generations. Think about it. Every time you stream your favorite song or binge watch a classic TV show, someone's bank account is getting a little fatter. That's the power of ongoing revenue from intellectual property. It's like planting a money tree that bears fruit year after year without you having to water it daily. Take music, for instance. Those catchy tunes you can't get out of your head. They're not just earworms, they're cash cows. Every stream, every download, every use in a commercial or movie adds to the artist's royalty checks. It's like having a never-ending concert where the audience keeps paying for tickets even when the artist is fast asleep. But it's not just about music. TV shows, books, patents, they all fall under the intellectual property umbrella. Remember that sitcom you've watched 100 times? Its creators and cast are still cashing in on your nostalgia through syndication and streaming platforms. It's the gift that keeps on giving long after the final episode has aired. Now, let's talk patents. Got a groundbreaking idea? Patent it, and you could be sitting on a gold mine. Companies might pay you handsomely for the right to use your invention. It's like being a modern-day Edison, but without the need to personally manufacture every light bulb. Here's the kicker. Creating valuable intellectual property isn't just for the rich and famous. In today's digital age, anyone with a computer and an internet connection can potentially create content that generates ongoing revenue. Whether it's a viral video, a popular blog, or an ebook, the opportunities to monetize your creativity are endless. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of intellectual property and royalties is their long-term earning potential. Imagine receiving checks for something you created years ago. It's like having a financial time machine that keeps bringing money from the past into your present. So, as you continue on your wealth building journey, don't underestimate the power of intellectual property and royalties. They're not just about making money, they're about creating a legacy. Your creativity, your ideas, your unique perspective, these are the assets that can lead to true financial freedom. In the grand tapestry of wealth creation, intellectual property and royalties are the golden threads that weave together creativity and financial success. They're the assets that keep on giving, allowing you to impact lives, build your brand, and yes, make money, all while pursuing your passions. So, what's your big idea? How will you turn your creativity into a wealth-generating machine? The stage is set, the audience is waiting, and the potential for success is limitless. It's time to create your masterpiece and watch as it transforms into a stream of endless possibilities and prosperity. 2. Stocks and index funds. Continuing from our deep dive into intellectual property and royalties, let's shift our focus to another cornerstone of wealth building, stocks and index funds. Imagine owning tiny pieces of some of the world's most successful companies and watching your wealth grow as these businesses flourish. That's the magic of investing in stocks and index funds. Ever wondered why some people seem to have a knack for making their money work for them? The secret often lies in the stock market. By owning shares in public companies, you're essentially buying a slice of their success. It's like being a part owner of a thriving business without having to deal with the day-to-day operations. You get to sit back, relax, and watch your investment grow as the company prospers. But let's be real, picking individual stocks can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's risky, time-consuming, and statistically, most people end up underperforming the market. That's where index funds come in. These are like the buffet of the investment world. Instead of betting on a single dish, you get a little bit of everything. By investing in index funds, you're spreading your risk across multiple companies, which makes it a safer and more reliable investment strategy. Think of index funds as the unsung heroes of the investment world. They're diversified, low cost, and have a track record of solid performance. In fact, the S&P 500 index, which tracks the performance of 500 of the largest companies in the US, has an average annualized return of about 10% over the past 90 years. That's a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. Some of the most popular index funds include the Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, and Schwab S&P 500 Index Fund. These funds offer a simple and effective way to invest in the stock market without having to worry about picking the right stocks. It's like having a financial advisor who does all the heavy lifting for you. But here's the kicker. Investing in stocks and index funds isn't just about making money. It's about building long-term wealth and securing your financial future. It's about having the freedom to live life on your terms, whether that means traveling the world, starting your own business, or simply enjoying a comfortable retirement. So, as you continue on your wealth building journey, remember the power of stocks and index funds. They're not just investments, they're tools for creating financial freedom and achieving your dreams. And the best part? You don't need to be a financial guru to get started. With a little bit of research and a lot of patience, you can harness the power of the stock market to build a brighter future. In the grand scheme of wealth creation, stocks and index funds are like the steady heartbeat of your financial portfolio. They provide the rhythm and stability that keep your wealth growing over time. So, what's stopping you? Dive into the world of stocks and index funds and start building your financial empire today. 3. Real estate. Imagine owning properties that not only generate consistent cash flow, but also appreciate in value over time. Real estate investing, particularly in rental properties, is a tried and true method for building substantial wealth. Picture this. You purchase a rental property, find reliable tenants, and suddenly you're receiving monthly rent checks. It's like having a financial safety net that grows stronger with each passing month. The beauty of rental properties lies in their dual benefit. They provide a steady income stream while appreciating in value due to population growth and increasing housing demand. But let's be honest, real estate isn't just about buying a house and waiting for the money to roll in. It requires a strategic approach and a bit of elbow grease. From understanding market trends to managing tenants and maintenance, being a landlord is both an art and a science. Yet the rewards can be immense. As the population grows, so does the demand for housing, making rental properties a lucrative investment. For those who prefer a more hands-off approach, real estate investment trusts, also known as REITs, offer a fantastic alternative. By pooling investor money to buy properties, REITs provide exposure to various real estate sectors, including commercial, industrial, and residential. It's like owning a slice of a vast property empire without the day-to-day management hassles. REITs distribute a significant portion of their profits as dividends, offering a regular income stream and a way to diversify your investment portfolio. Now, let's talk about the financial side. Real estate often requires a significant upfront investment, but there are ways to get started without breaking the bank. House hacking, where you live in one unit of a multi-unit property and rent out the others, is a popular strategy. Additionally, leveraging equity from your home can help finance your first investment property. It's about using smart investment strategies to maximize your returns. And here's a little secret. Banks love real estate. Unlike other investments, banks are generally willing to lend money for property purchases because they see it as a secure investment. This means you can leverage other people's money to build your real estate portfolio. It's like having a financial partner who believes in your wealth building journey. Of course, being a landlord isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There will be maintenance issues, tenant disputes, and times when you question your sanity. But remember, every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. The key is to stay focused on the long-term benefits, consistent cash flow, property appreciation, and the satisfaction of owning tangible assets. In the grand scheme of wealth building, real estate stands out for its stability and potential for growth. It's not just about owning properties, it's about creating a legacy. Real estate investments can provide financial freedom, allowing you to live life on your terms. So, as you continue your journey, consider the power of real estate. It might just be the key to unlocking your financial future. 4. Information and content. Welcome to the digital age where your knowledge can become a scalable digital asset that keeps on giving. Picture this. You're sitting in your dorm room, buried under a mountain of textbooks, when suddenly it hits you. That unique skill you've been honing, that niche knowledge you've acquired. It's not just for acing exams, it's a potential goldmine. With a bit of creativity and effort, you can transform that knowledge into online courses or ebooks, setting yourself up for a stream of passive income that could last indefinitely. Creating digital content is like planting a money tree in the vast landscape of the internet. Once you've done the initial work, it continues to bear fruit while you sleep, study, or binge watch your favorite series. It's the ultimate form of working smarter, not harder. And let's face it, in the world where content creation is becoming the new 9 to 5, why not get ahead of the curve? But here's the kicker, not all content is created equal. The secret sauce lies in crafting valuable, engaging, and unique content that resonates with your audience. It's about identifying a problem and swooping in like a digital superhero with the solution. Remember, in the realm of content creation, you're not just a student, you're a potential thought leader. Take a leaf out of successful content creators' books. They don't just throw information at the wall and see what sticks. They craft narratives that hook their audience, develop their ideas, and deliver satisfying conclusions. It's like being a master chef in the kitchen of knowledge, cooking up delectable dishes of information that leave your audience craving more. By creating digital content, you're not just padding your bank account, you're building a brand and establishing your authority. You're leaving a digital footprint that could open doors you never even knew existed. It's like planting your flag on a digital mountain peak, declaring to the world, I'm here, I know my stuff, and I'm ready to share it. And here's the beauty of it all. Digital content is infinitely scalable. Your potential audience isn't limited by geography or time zones. Whether you're reaching out to fellow students in your dorm or eager learners halfway across the globe, your digital storefront is open 24/7, ready to serve up knowledge at the click of a button. So, as you continue on your wealth building journey, don't underestimate the power of information and content. It's a modern-day gold mine, waiting for savvy digital prospectors like yourself to stake their claim. Your ideas, your expertise, your unique perspective, these are the digital assets that could pave your way to financial freedom. In the grand tapestry of wealth creation, digital content is the thread that ties everything together. It's the asset that keeps on giving, allowing you to impact lives, build your brand, and yes, make money, all while pursuing your passions. So, what's your story? What knowledge do you have that the world needs? It's time to start creating, because in this digital age, your content could be your ticket to joining the ranks of the digitally wealthy. 5. Raw materials and commodities. Let's get our hands dirty with something a bit more elemental. We're talking raw materials and commodities, folks, the building blocks of wealth that have been making people rich since the dawn of civilization. Think about it. Every gadget you own, every morsel of food you eat, every drop of fuel in your car, it all starts with raw materials. Oil, metals, agricultural products, these are the unsung heroes of our modern world. And here's the kicker. As the world's population grows, so does the demand for these essential resources. It's like being the person who sells shovels during a gold rush. You're guaranteed to make a profit no matter who strikes it rich. But don't worry, you don't need to own an oil field or a gold mine to get in on this action. Thanks to the magic of modern investing, savvy investors can tap into these lucrative markets with just a few clicks. It's like having a slice of the Earth's bounty without getting your hands dirty. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this stuff volatile? Aren't prices always fluctuating? Well, you're not wrong. The commodities market can be as unpredictable as a cat on catnip, but that's where the opportunity lies. Smart investors know how to ride these global economic trends, buying low and selling high. It's like surfing, but instead of waves, you're riding the tides of supply and demand. But here's where it gets really interesting. In today's digital age, we're not just talking about physical commodities anymore. Information and content have become scalable assets in their own right. Think about it. How many times have you paid for a streaming service or an online course? That's right. Knowledge is not just power, it's a commodity that can make you rich. So, whether you're investing in good old-fashioned oil barrels or cutting-edge digital content, remember this. Raw materials and commodities are the bedrock of many a fortune. They're the assets that keep on giving, fueling economies, and filling pockets. As you continue your journey to financial freedom, don't overlook these fundamental assets. They might not be as flashy as the latest tech stock or as trendy as cryptocurrency, but they're the steady workhorses of wealth creation. After all, in the game of wealth building, sometimes it pays to get back to basics. So, are you ready to dig into the world of raw materials and commodities? Trust me, it's a whole lot more exciting than it sounds. And who knows, your next investment in these essential resources might just be your ticket to joining the ranks of the wealthy. Remember, in the world of wealth creation, sometimes the dirtiest hands hold the cleanest money. 6. Brand and goodwill. As we journey deeper into the realm of wealth building assets, let's shift our focus from the tangible to the intangible. It's time to uncover the hidden gems that often go unnoticed on balance sheets, brand and goodwill. Think about the last time you chose a product simply because of its name. Maybe it was a pair of sneakers, a smartphone, or even a cup of coffee. That invisible force pulling you towards a specific brand, that's the magic of brand and goodwill at work. These intangible assets are like the secret sauce in a millionaire's recipe for success. They're the reason why people camp outside stores for the latest iPhone release or pay premium prices for a swoosh on their shoes. It's not just about the product, it's about the emotional connection, trust, and reputation that a brand has cultivated over time. But here's the kicker, you can't just buy brand loyalty off the shelf. It's earned through a series of positive interactions and memorable experiences. It's about creating a relationship with your customers that goes beyond the transaction. Think of it as dating your customers. You need to woo them, impress them, and keep the romance alive long after the honeymoon phase. This is where the concept of goodwill comes into play. It's the warm, fuzzy feeling people get when they think about your brand. It's why some folks will drive an extra mile to shop at their favorite store or pay a bit more for a brand they trust. In the world of wealth building, goodwill is like having a golden ticket that keeps on giving. Now, let's talk about the unsung heroes behind every successful brand, the people. Human capital is the driving force that turns a good idea into a great business. It's the creativity, passion, and dedication of your team that can give you a real competitive edge in the market. Take a company like Patagonia, for example. Their commitment to environmental sustainability and ethical practices isn't just good PR, it's baked into their brand DNA. Customers don't just buy their products, they buy into their values and mission. This kind of emotional connection is priceless and drives long-term customer loyalty. So, as you continue on your wealth building journey, remember that not all valuable assets come with a price tag. A strong brand and positive goodwill can be worth their weight in gold. They're the difference between a one-time customer and a brand evangelist who sings your praises from the rooftops. In the grand symphony of wealth creation, brand and goodwill are the melody that keeps playing long after the song is over. They're the assets that keep on giving, driving financial abundance even when you're not actively pushing for sales. So, invest in your brand, nurture your goodwill, and watch as these intangible assets become your most valuable wealth-building tools. 7. Trademarks. Let's dive into a different kind of asset that can catapult you into the wealth-building world. Trademarks. You know those light bulb moments when you think, this idea could be huge. Well, that spark of genius could be your ticket to financial freedom. Trademarks, those unique symbols, phrases, or logos, are more than just brand identifiers. They are powerful tools in the wealth-building express. Registering a trademark is like planting a money tree. Once established, you can license it for commercial use, creating a steady stream of passive income. It's the dream of earning while you sleep, and it's more attainable than you might think. But let's be honest, creating a valuable trademark isn't just about slapping a trademark on any doodle. It's about crafting something unique, memorable, and marketable. Think of it as distilling your brilliance into a single potent symbol or phrase that resonates with people. Consider the golden arches, the swoosh, or the bitten apple. These aren't just logos, they're trademarks that have made their owners incredibly wealthy. But you don't need to be a multinational corporation to play this game. Your clever catchphrase, unique logo, or catchy jingle could be your ticket to the wealth-building express. The beauty of trademarks lies in their versatility. That logo you created for your side hustle, it could end up on t-shirts, mugs, or even billboards. Your catchy slogan, it might be the next viral hashtag. The possibilities are as endless as your creativity. And in today's digital age, even small businesses and individual entrepreneurs can leverage trademarks to build their brand and boost their bottom line. It's about staking your claim in the marketplace and protecting your unique identity. But here's the real secret sauce. Trademarks can appreciate in value over time. As your brand grows, so does the worth of your intellectual property. It's like owning a piece of real estate in the world of ideas, and the property values in this neighborhood are skyrocketing. The wealthy understand this and use trademarks as part of their brand building strategy, ensuring their intellectual property is protected and monetized. So, as you continue on your journey to financial freedom, don't overlook the power of trademarks. They're not just for the big players, they're a tool that anyone with a great idea can use to carve out their slice of the wealth pie. Your next bright idea could be the trademark that launches you into the financial stratosphere. Remember, in the game of wealth building, sometimes the most valuable assets are the ones you can't touch. Your ideas, properly protected and leveraged, could be the key to unlocking a future of financial abundance. So what's your $1 million idea? 8. Equipment. Now let's shift gears to something that might just turbocharge your wealth building journey. Equipment. But hold on to your hats, because we're not talking about that dusty treadmill collecting cobwebs in your garage. We're diving into the world of productive equipment, the unsung heroes of wealth creation that the rich have been leveraging for years. While most people see a fancy camera as just another expensive toy, savvy entrepreneurs view it as a money-making machine. That camera could be the key to launching a thriving photography business or a lucrative YouTube channel. It's all about perspective and how you use your tools. But here's where many folks stumble. Not all equipment is created equal. The wealthy have mastered the art of distinguishing between assets and liabilities. That shiny new car might feel like an asset, but unless it's directly making you money, hello rideshare drivers, it's probably just a fancy liability draining your bank account faster than a leaky faucet. The secret sauce? Turning liabilities into income-generating assets. It's like financial alchemy, transforming lead into gold. That spare room you've been using as a glorified storage unit, with a bit of creativity and the right equipment, it could become a mini recording studio, churning out podcasts or voiceover work. Suddenly, what was once a space-eating liability is now a wealth-building asset that's working harder than a caffeinated squirrel. Now, let's talk efficiency. The right equipment doesn't just make money, it helps you make money faster. Think about how a high-end computer might supercharge your productivity, or how specialized tools could take your side hustle to the next level. It's about working smarter, not just harder, like having a personal army of robots doing your bidding while you sip margaritas on the beach. Okay, maybe not quite, but you get the idea. But here's where self-control enters the chat, wagging its finger like a disappointed parent. It's easy to get carried away, convincing yourself that every shiny new gadget is an investment. The truly wealthy exercise ironclad discipline, carefully evaluating each purchase. They ask themselves, will this equipment genuinely boost my income or efficiency? If the answer's no, they keep their wallets firmly shut, no matter how tempting that gold-plated stapler might be. Remember, the goal isn't to accumulate stuff, it's to acquire tools that multiply your efforts and income. It's about transforming your mindset from consumer to producer, from spender to earner. It's the difference between being the hamster on the wheel and the one who owns the pet store. So, as you continue on your wealth building journey, keep this in mind. The right equipment, used wisely, can be the bridge between where you are and where you want to be financially. It's not about having the most toys, it's about having the right tools to build your empire. And who knows, with the right equipment and a sprinkle of entrepreneurial spirit, you might just find yourself on the fast track to joining the ranks of the financially savvy elite. 9. Bonds. You might think bonds are about as exciting as watching paint dry, but hear me out. These unassuming financial instruments are like the dependable friend who's always there when you need them. Not the life of the party, but invaluable when the chips are down. Diversifying your assets is key to building wealth, and bonds play a crucial role in this strategy. They're the yin to the stock market's yang, offering lower risk investments that can help balance out your portfolio. Think of them as the shock absorbers in your financial vehicle, smoothing out the bumps on the road to riches. But what exactly are bonds? In simple terms, they're IOUs issued by governments or corporations. When you buy a bond, you're essentially lending money to the issuer. In return, they promise to pay you back with interest. It's like being the bank, but without the hassle of dealing with annoying customers or those pesky bank robbers. Government bonds, backed by the full faith and credit of the government, are considered one of the safest investments out there. It's like having a financial safety net woven by Uncle Sam himself. Corporate bonds, while a tad riskier, often offer higher returns. They're like the cool cousin of government bonds, a bit more adventurous but still part of the family. The beauty of bonds lies in their predictability. While stocks can be as volatile as a teenager's mood swings, bonds offer fixed income investments with steady returns. They're the tortoises in the race to wealth, slow and steady, but often crossing the finish line with a surprising lead. Smart money management isn't just about chasing high returns, it's about creating financial security and flexibility. Bonds provide a reliable income stream, even when the market's throwing a tantrum. It's like having a steady paycheck from your investments, allowing you to sleep soundly at night while your money works for you. But here's the kicker, bonds aren't just for the ultra wealthy or the retirement crowd. They're a powerful tool for wealth building at any age. By incorporating bonds into your diversified portfolio, you're setting yourself up for long-term financial success. It's like planting a money tree that grows steadily over time, providing shade and fruit for years to come. So, next time you're thinking about your financial future, don't overlook the humble bond. It might not be as flashy as crypto or as trendy as the latest tech stock, but it's a tried and true asset that's been making people rich for generations. After all, in the world of finance, sometimes the quiet ones are the ones you should be paying attention to. 10. Cash. Ever been caught in that awkward moment at the checkout, praying your card doesn't get declined? We've all been there, scraping together pennies and hoping for a miracle. But while we're sweating bullets, the wealthy are cool as cucumbers, swimming in cash. And no, they're not just stuffing it under their mattresses like cartoon villains. Let's talk about the good old-fashioned cash. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cash? In this economy? With these interest rates? Are you crazy? Hold on to your wallets, folks, because there's more to this story than meets the eye. Think of the wealthy as chess grandmasters, always planning 5 moves ahead. They see cash reserves not as a relic of the past, but as a strategic asset. It's not about the paltry interest rates, it's about being ready to strike when opportunity knocks. Whether it's a killer real estate deal or a startup poised to explode, having liquid assets means never having to say, "Sorry, I'm a little short right now." But it's not just about seizing opportunities. Cash is also the ultimate safety net. Remember that time your car decided to throw a tantrum and needed an expensive repair? Or when your laptop chose the worst possible moment to give up the ghost? The wealthy don't break a sweat over these curveballs because they've got a cash cushion softer than a billionaire's pillow. Here's where it gets interesting. The rich aren't content with letting their cash gather dust in a savings account. Oh no, they're much savvier than that. Enter the world of peer-to-peer lending. It's like being a mini bank, lending money directly to individuals or small businesses. The returns? Often much juicier than your average savings account. So next time you're tempted to scoff at the idea of keeping cash on hand, remember this. In the game of wealth, cash isn't just king. It's the ace up your sleeve. It's the difference between watching opportunities pass you by and being able to say, "Deal me in." Now, who's ready to start building their own cash empire? As we wrap up our journey through the 15 assets that are making people rich, remember this. Wealth isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about creating a life of freedom, opportunity, and fulfillment. We've explored everything from the steadfast security of cash reserves and bonds to the innovative potential of intellectual property and digital content. Each of these assets offers a unique path to financial success, tailored to different strengths and passions. But here's the million-dollar question. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you diversify your assets, invest in real estate, or perhaps create a digital empire? The choice is yours, and the possibilities are endless. Think about the power of cash reserves, the steady growth of bonds, and the transformative potential of productive equipment. Reflect on the value of trademarks, the impact of brand and goodwill, and the foundational strength of raw materials and commodities. Consider the wealth-building journey through stocks and index funds, and the creative freedom offered by intellectual property and royalties. Each of these assets has its own story, its own rhythm, and its own potential to change your life. It's not just about accumulating wealth, it's about building a legacy, creating opportunities, and living a life that resonates with your deepest values. So, what's your next move? How will you take these insights and turn them into actionable steps towards financial freedom? The world is full of opportunities, and your journey is just beginning. Remember, in the game of wealth building, the most successful players are those who think strategically, act decisively, and stay committed to their goals. Whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, or someone looking to secure a comfortable future, the assets we've discussed are your tools, your allies, and your keys to success. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of wealth building assets. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And leave a comment below. Which asset will you focus on first, and why? Let's start a conversation and build a community of financially savvy individuals ready to take on the world. Stay curious, stay ambitious, and remember, your wealth building journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for greatness. Until next time, stay inspired and keep building your legacy.